Well, the decision on whether Wits University students will continue with their protest tomorrow is yet to be made. This late on a Sunday, SRC leadership met with management in a bid to resolve their grievances. The meeting follows days of intense protests over several issues, including accommodation and outstanding debt. The SRC says it will give feedback to students sometime this evening. Well, ENCA's Pulele Tswiti Jones caught up with an SRC member, Karabo Asala.
Following the meeting that took place yesterday between the SRC from Wits University and of course the Wits management, we now understand that they cannot reach an agreement, but of course there were promises made by the Wits management in terms of having to pave a way forward and meet the students halfway. And joining me right now just to get more, or rather an update from what transpired yesterday, is one of the Wits SRC members, Karabo. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Just give us an update as to how was the meeting yesterday and what was spoken about.
Thank you, Pule. Good afternoon. So we had a very extensive meeting with the senior executive management team of Wits, which spanned for about 6.5 hours, and it turned out to be quite progressive because we happened to agree on some points and reach deadlock on others. So what we were told, we had a commitment from them to say they're going to meet with the Vice Chancellor to then consult on the points that we had a deadlock on, and they will then provide us feedback this afternoon. So we're still awaiting communication from the senior executive management team.
Did it look like you're finding each other when you're meeting each other halfway?
It was certainly a progressive meeting. It was quite cordial. We came to the meeting in good faith, negotiated on some points, and we happened to see eye to eye on some of them. But with those we reached deadlock on, they still need to have further consultations because some of the members which were in the negotiation talks yesterday were not able to possibly, let's say, make decisions on some of our demands. Therefore, they will then have to make further consultations.
And who was present in that meeting from the Wits management side, of course, representing the university?
We had members from the Vice Chancellor's office, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Ruxana Osman, as well as Professor Garth Stevens. We also had the Dean of Student Affairs, Mr. Jerome September, and the Deputy Dean, Sekgofatso Mokgaladi. We did not see the Vice Chancellor yesterday.
And were you disappointed that the Vice Chancellor was not present?
Certainly, because there have been increasing calls not only from the SRC but from the student populace for the Vice Chancellor to come down and meet the masses. So I feel that they are sort of coming to the table gradually as they finally agreed to meet us yesterday, but it was really disappointing to see that the Vice Chancellor was not willing to come to the party yesterday.
What happens now if the demands are not met? What are some of the crucial things you want the university to meet to actually put an end to the protest?
So how the protest will go tomorrow as to whether we'll still take to the ground or not will be dependent on the feedback we get from the senior executive management team today.